here's just some of the things that I was telling you about, because I couldn't really, for the life of me, be thinking about what he was doing. Do you think he's gonna have a laugh? It's like the system in the thing, I'm gonna take one of my tablets out. Now, after being put off the road, I contacted my insurance provider, AXA, and asked them what I could do about my policy. Should I keep it or did I cancel it? What would happen? Now, the agent I was talking to asked me a few questions, and he put me on hold a few times while he consulted with his team.
It's okay if it's pop on a short hold.
Overall, it was just under 20 minutes that he had this consultation process. And he got back to me and told me,
You can suspend your contract for 6 months, and then once you can drive again, you can get back on the road with us, or you can just cancel the policy.
So I asked him what was the difference between suspending the policy and cancelling it.
So once you're able to drive in after them 6 months is over, that you're able to, you still have a policy with us. If you cancel, you have to bring back and make a new policy.
So I said I'd suspend it, and he agreed to this, not only once, but twice. The second time after consulting with his team again.
Yeah, so I'm going to suspend your account now on my end for 6 months.
I still had one question, you see. My car was being used by someone else, a named driver, and I wanted to know, could they still use it if I suspended the policy?
So, if you suspend it, no one can use the car, but if you cancel the policy, someone has to ring up and create a new policy to use the car. So it's completely up to yourself what you want to do.
I needed time to make this decision, I wanted to phone up the named driver and see if they wanted to use it,
At the moment, we need to figure out what we're going to do.
I was forced into making the decision, not the one I wanted.
It does need to be decided now whether it's going to be cancelled or suspended.
So I was put under pressure to make a decision there and then, and I changed my mind. After telling him I wanted to suspend it 2 or 3 times, I felt I'd no choice. I didn't want to leave this named driver with no transport if they were ever stuck. But it's not what I wanted, not at all. I was forced into making the wrong decision.
Normally our letters, we aim for 5 working days. If you have nothing within 5 working days, you can always give us a call back. All being well, it should come out to you automatically there. Now it will be logged. We can always retrace our steps in the wee paper trail of everything that we've discussed on our internal system.
There was no phone call within the 5 working days, so I called him again. It's funny not really, because it's now October and I was declined in February, so that wasn't true, was it? But I told him I was talking to somebody last Thursday.
Yes, it was last Thursday there. So the jet's definitely on its way to you here. If you haven't got it today, it should be with you tomorrow here.
What did I get? The guy yesterday told me it was definitely on its way. It was actually in the post.
There's no record of anybody calling up yesterday. The last time you speak to somebody was on the 6th.
Still no sign of it.
What I'll do
So a week later, I was on to them again about the letter.
No, it was definitely simple there. Our usual process is 5 working days, but it's once the process until you get through to it, so it can take 2 or 3 days for them to get round to it.
Sure, wasn't it supposed to be generic and automated? They can't seem to make up their bleeding minds.
But it does take a wee bit longer because it's not a usual process. So it has to be sent to a processing team first, which can take a few more days than the regular letter that we would be sending out.
At this stage, I've been waiting 10 days, but the agent insisted.
So it should be with you sometime next week.
7 days ago would have been the 13th. And I first called on the 6th.
You've been on the 6th there. There's no notes been left.
That was all very strange, because on the 6th the guy said it was sent for and confirmed on the 13th that it was in the post and already on the way to me the following day. I pushed for more information and I kept getting the same reply.
It's only been sent for last week, and it can take a bit longer for a processing team to get through, but I'm just telling you now that it has been sent for and it should be with you next week. But there's nothing really more I can do for you on this phone here, because it has been sent for.
Another week, another phone call. I explained to them it's been 4 weeks since I first sent that letter. Still no sign of it.
I will just put you on hold a minute and I will go and do my very best to find out where it is. I didn't have a lot of experience with this, I have to say, that's why I talk about a time. So I had to just trawl through it, and it has been notified to the team leader. They're not in the office at the minute, but they are the people that can write you the letter. So he's going to, I suppose, issue your letter when he's back in the office. Sometimes when it's a customer agent, it's not moved up the line, but it's definitely on his desk now.
So I told the agent it'd been 16 working days. That's 3 weeks already. And I can't get insurance until I get this letter of declination.
It says here too, we can offer a new policy, but we will not reinstate the one you have.
This was news to me, and I was now waiting for the letter so I could get a policy. I asked them to check on it.
Thank you for waiting. Yes, as soon as you go through to claim cases, we can offer you a new policy.
Sure, it didn't make any sense to me. If they'd sent out the letter, I'd probably have a policy by now. But it seems that the team leaders or whoever are so up their own arse that they haven't got a clue what's going on the floor, But it's with them now, and it'll be out to me. I asked when.
I would have to give you the 5 working days again.
We just had to laugh, But naturally, 5 working days pass, still no letter. So I was getting used to it by now. It was like a weekly habit, if you know what I mean. Anyway, I got back on to the next agent. They looked up the file.
Okay, so I'm just going to need this process on the manager and they will go forward with that.
So wasn't there a manager looking at it last week? I wasn't having any more of this. No. I wanted to speak to someone, a supervisor.
Let me put in a quick hold there, just double check if someone's going to do it for you.
This guy was working from home, but he spent the next 10 minutes looking for a supervisor. Fair play to him. He got back to me.
Yeah, thanks for holding there. So all my supervisors are actually in a meeting now at the moment. I'm going to tell them to give you a call back as soon as they can. I've messaged everyone that I can possibly think of. It's just that the supervisor is at a meeting now at this point. Just expect a call back. I'm going to pass it on to the personal supervisor and hopefully get all sorted for you, okay?
Funny, isn't it? Never a supervisor around when you want one. I wonder it takes 6 days for a letter to get out. I wouldn't be surprised if you had to bend them over their desk, rip down their cacks and shove the request up their arse before they do anything about it. But this guy on the phone, I trusted him. He seemed sound enough, and I took my phone and kept it by my side, waiting for this call. It never came. But what did come was a beep on my phone to tell me there was a message. And when I opened it up, who was it? Only the supervisor, who bypassed calling me and went straight to voicemail.
Saved messages received at 16:12 on Monday, the 7th of November.
Hi, Mr. Bruce. My name's David. I'm calling from Accident Insurance. Just give me a call in relation to the info you have in your home today in regard to the disclosure letter. Apologies you haven't received this yet. I've got this printed now in my hand. I'm just about to put it in the post here for you. And the post obviously is gone today already, so it's going to tomorrow's post for us. So hopefully you should have it in the next couple of days. If you want to get back in touch and speak to myself, give me a ring and I'm happy to have a conversation with you.
Did I want to get back to him? Dead bleeding right I did.
Calling 018546300. Thank you for calling AXA Insurance. The number you have dialed is no longer in service.
A clever little fecker, he bypasses my number, leaves a voicemail to call him back on a number that is no longer in service. Now, I don't know about managerial etiquette. I wouldn't consider it very good, but I don't know, maybe the AXA handbook says differently. Who knows?
They left a message on the 7th saying it was sent by himself. We'll go on tomorrow's post. That was only 2 days ago. It was posted out there on the 8th.
Now, the thing about personal supervisor here and his ingenuity is how it takes 7 days to get a letter to me. Sent on the 8th, so he says, didn't arrive till the 15th. Now, there's no stamp on the envelope and there's no date on the letter, so you're going to have to take my word for it, but I did write it on the back, And all my other letters take 2 days to get here maximum, usually overnight.
We can't guarantee how many days it actually is going to take, so it was posted from there.
And what's all that about it being sent from Derry? Sure, doesn't the envelope have Balya Aha Clear on it? And come to think of it, personal supervisor phoned me from a Dublin number too. And he's all the way up in Derry. Anyway, I don't understand it. What did they do? Take their letters, send them from Derry to Dublin, open them up, put them in a new envelope and sent them out to me. Very inefficient if you ask me. Now if it was sent digitally, it would make sense. But that'd be there instantaneously and they'd send it off and it would only take a couple of days to get to me. Just all very confusing. Anyway, I eventually got my letter, but 28 working days later. So it's been almost 6 months, since I've been back on the road, but my insurer's charging me an arm and a leg. So I thought I'd see if I could get it cheaper somewhere else. So I decided to phone around.
It's not meeting our acceptance criteria, it's just coming up as a decline for me in my system there. You have been convicted in the last 5 years.
So if there is any disqualifications, anything like that, then unfortunately you wouldn't be able to. It would fall outside of our acceptance criteria, so we wouldn't be able to provide you with a quote. It's just the acceptance criteria is you have been disqualified. Unfortunately, based on you providing, based on the details that you just provided, because you've had a conviction, we would be unable to offer you insurance. So,
Not one of them were going to take me on for insurance because I've been disqualified. This even after I've spent me 6 months off the road, paid all my fines, have 0 points, and I've already insured. Anyway, I asked them how long would it be before they'd insure me again.
it's 7 years. That would be, you see, at the moment as their acceptance criteria we can, so I suppose next year, depending, acceptance criteria does change all the time. Yeah, usually it lasts 5 years, yeah.
5 bleeding years. Think about that for a minute. The state say that I'm fit enough to be back on the road. Sure, they even forced my insurer to take me back on. Yet no one else will touch me. It means only one thing, I think. Every insurer has a monopoly for 5 years of any disqualified driver, knowing that no one else will give them a policy and they can charge way above the odds. The word cartel comes to my mind. Sure, that wouldn't be the first time it'd be used in relation to this industry now, would it?